Hey, Jim, Frank. Did you get a lot of snow down there, Jim? We got a lot of snow up here. Well, they're saying that we got 3 to 4 inches, but I don't know. And they're expecting more snow maybe this afternoon. Hey, Skyfly, good morning. Good morning. Russell and Jody is here. Yep. And of course, Jim, Joel. Here comes Dre.
Morning.
Good morning, Dre. How you doing? How was your trip?
Trip was good. Had a good time. Very good time. Weather was perfect the whole time we were there, so can't complain about anything at all. Those guys put on a really good event.
Did you buy anything or learn anything?
Yeah, like I said, the mapping course, the second part of it in the afternoon, very informative for me as far as what's out there, as far as with LiDAR and other different technologies, as far as being able to upload your data set once you fly it, and the different cloud programs that actually will render your data set into 3D models for you, and to the point to where you can actually invent a character to walk through or around your what you flew. So very interesting, you know, time and what I learned as far as where the technology is going. So I can't complain at all. I wish in a way I could have been able to go to each of the classes. You know, I don't think I probably wouldn't have spent that much money because the classes were $50 a pop, which is really cheap compared
How
to
many
what
people, how many, average, how many people were in a class?
I know in the mapping class we had about 15 people. I don't know how many were in the business class itself. I just overheard some people talk about some of the highlights of the class and information that was being brought out. That class was taught by Greg from Pied Institute, and I believe there was another class on. It was either photography. I think it was photography was the other class that was being taught. So I didn't get a chance to to hear anybody talk about the other class, but the business class and the mapping class, I hear where the business class was very good. It displayed, I said this I said it cleared up a lot of myths. Put it in plain language, it cleared up a lot of myths about rules. What rules are take precedent? You know, a lot of people think once you got a FAA authorization or clearance to Lance that's the top of the line of the rules, but it's not. Basically, your local ordinances and state regulations take precedent over uh, federal law in your area. So I think that's something that needs to be echoed out there in the drone community, that people just think, oh, it's Class G airspace. I can fly where I want to fly. You guys can't. Because I can tell a lot of people it's not about the airspace a lot of times when you get confronted. It could be a number of other things that you're in violation of, flying over people's property, things of that nature. And that's why I tell folks, I said, you got to be careful where you fly at. And I use the type of work I do as an example when I tell people about it, because I fly over people's facility,
Right.
primarily warehouses and stuff. And I just can't pull up and fly over that warehouse, uh, you know, without possibly having interactions with security
Some kind
or
of notification, right?
right. Yeah. So I go in, I got to notify them who I am, why I'm there, and how long I probably will be there,
Yep.
and go from there. And the same thing with construction sites, same thing, it's a private property and you just can't fly over to show the progress of the construction. It is still a private property, which you need to get authorization to fly over, especially if you're filming. Because that's what the whole thing is. You're filming, taking pictures or video over somebody's private property. And I mean, people understand it when you talk about their own house, but they lose that concept when they think they're flying over a large warehouse or a construction site. And I said, no, the law doesn't differentiate about what's going on that site or what the site is. It just states property. It doesn't state that it has, there's an exemption for residential compared to commercial. So it was good information. Then, like I say, Saturday morning was the panel, which had some good people on there. We had Wayne Baker, who is a DJI rep for the United States, and he told us pretty much what DJI's position is as far as all the things that are coming down the pipe in the U.S. And he pretty much told us that DJI will continue to manufacture drones and continue to figure out a way to get drones in the hands of consumers here in the U.S. Now, he couldn't say much about the large shipments to corporations for us to
Dealers. Yeah.
sell, yeah, dealers and so forth. And that's a whole nother thing. But like I said, they're going to continue to work with them, and so to speak. But like you said, you may have to go through alternative motives to, as a consumer, to buy what you want to buy. And that's what I tell people all the time. I said, if you look at the legislation that is being proposed and everything else that the FCC is doing, the FAA is doing, none of it states anything about consumers themselves. Nothing is said that they're trying to stop consumers from flying, uh, so to speak, but they are trying to make it a little more difficult for you to want to go towards the Chinese made drones. So that's why I tell people that mainly a lot of the language is geared towards government agencies,
Do you
which
think,
has been in effect.
Ray,
Go ahead, Paul.
do you think that part of the U.S. push against DJI is they're trying to push them to manufacture drones here in the U.S.?
I I don't know, Paul. Me personally, I think that ship has sailed.
Okay.
That's just me personally, because my thing is just like with the automotive industry, where the Japanese did, and eventually move facilities here for manufacturing, which provides a lot of jobs to a lot of folks in the Midwest. So now it's a staple within the Midwest of having Toyotas, Hondas.
Right.
Primarily, I think BMW has a facility somewhere in Tennessee and places like that. Now you're talking about, you know, harming whole communities if those companies pull out, because they have replaced the domestic automakers who were having facilities in Ohio and other places like that. So, yeah, I think that that ship has sailed, and I don't know personally what the pushback was. I mean, from the outside looking in, it to me it kind of lends that lack of motivation on DGI's part kind of lends to the argument of them being, I would say, subsidized or part of the Chinese government to a certain extent. The government may not control the development or the innovation of DGI.
But they're definitely involved.
Right. Yeah. Which is not unusual for China in itself. Where in the same Japan was the same way after World War II. A lot of these countries were very devastated.
Yep.
So the government itself, dating back, trying to rebuild their countries, had that type of mentality where, okay, we will subsidize all our manufacturing with government backing, government loans, and all this kind of stuff to help rebuild the country itself. So I get it from that standpoint. And once you have a model like that, it kind of just entrenches itself to everything that happens. So,
Good
like I
morning,
said,
Brenda.
good morning, everyone. I think who said hi to me this morning? Skyfly and Jim and everybody else. In case I missed anybody, good
And
morning.
Sunstar is Brenda. Yep.
Yeah, Brenda. Yes, Sunstar. So that's why I look at it, Paul. It's just, I mean, I always tell people you got to look back in history and try to, kind of put the pieces together, the puzzle.
So overall, you're glad you went to the seminar, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. For me, I love this kind of stuff. I love doing training, going to
Talking.
training, all that kind of stuff. Because that's the only way you're gonna learn about what's going on, no matter what it is. We were up there talking about doorknobs and broomsticks. Same thing. There's always something you can learn.
Now, did anybody debut a new drone or anything? Or
No, the biggest thing I came across was a company called Spexy, and they are allowing people to do photogrammetry work with mini drones to add to they're like the Google Earth of the skies.
so they're like the GM of the skies, where you got all these other things like Chrysler, Ford.
Well, no, this company they're into mapping, but they're allowing you to use smaller drones, lesser I call it lesser capability drones. Like somebody with a Mini 2, Mini 3, Mini 4, Mini 5 can go out, earn money for themselves, flying these areas that they need to be flown to add to their mapping. And I talked to them. If you watch the video of the fly in, I talked to towards the very end. The last person I talked to explains the program and kind of like how it works and what they're trying to achieve. I asked them some more pointed questions about who they're affiliate with, and they are with Ezra. And everybody knows about Ezra. Ezra is a global company that does mapping for everybody on the planet. Usually, every map out there today, Ezra has their fingerprints all over it. when it
Okay.
comes to maps and stuff. So that kind of impressed me that it's a yes, they do work with Ezra to provide information for mapping. I just really was kind of surprised because, like I said, this is what I got into drones with, to do construction mapping and photogrammetry. And now it has gone down to the smaller drones with lesser capabilities. When you and I came up, it was 1-inch sensors, mechanical shutters, all that kind of good stuff. Now they're talking
Infrared.
about
Yep.
all that kind of infrared. Now they're talking about you can use mini drones, DJI mini drones, and go out there and they have these missions sitting there, and they say you can make anywhere from $60 to maybe a couple $100, depending upon how many jobs you can complete in your area. So, and like I said, like I tell a lot of people, being in drones itself is not like punching a clock for a company. You might do work for a company just like I do, but it's kind of like I can work as hard as I want, or I can just, like I say, just get enough to get
You,
that beer
you,
money.
you get paid on basis of you hustling, right?
Right. Yeah, it's always based upon how much you want to hustle, which is good for some people. Like I said, for me, I do most of my work on weekends. Like I said, I took the day off, so I will be going back out to that Walmart facility today since they sent me another email. The contractor I deal with, and says they want me to go back out, and hopefully the information has trickled down to this third party Walmart facility, and fly that. And then I post another job tomorrow on Veterans Day. It's a mall out in Moreno Valley, California, about 25 minutes away, and do a EV uh, evaluation. And those are easy gigs. The flight time is no more than about maybe 7 to 10 minutes tops. The biggest thing I do there is walk around the mall property and take pictures of all the utilities,
Right.
all of the meters, the power boxes, all that kind of stuff. That's the most time consuming part, is walk around taking pictures of those. And you can use a camera, a phone camera, or like I use my Canon with the GPS dongle attached to it, because it has to have that geotag on the pictures, so they know exactly where all the utilities are on the property.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I could tell people it's always good to learn something, or even it's just a review. I mean, that mapping class in the morning sessions, the first couple hours, it was all review, and I tell people I treat that as a reminder to make sure I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I haven't started, bad habits and all that kind of stuff that usually happens when you continually do the same thing and you think, okay, let me do this to save a few minutes over here and all this kind of stuff. And next you picked up a bad habit. So it was a good reminder on things that you should be doing and how you should do it. And that's one of the big things they talked about when you're flying over other people's property, how you should go about doing it. And sometimes you might get turned away. Yeah. Hey, Corey Mano. Good morning. So, like I said, it's a nice event. The second year they've had it, I say you saw at the fly-in there were kids there, especially families with kids. A lot of women this year, Paul. I would say it was about a 60-40 split.
Oh, really?
Lots of women. And I mean, I'm talking about actual pilots. These are not just wives of guys coming there like my wife, but these are women who were actually quite a few of them were Part 107s. So I could, like I dubbed it in one of my posts, I said this might be considered the year of the woman, and at this meetup, because they were significantly there. Every class had at least 3 to 4 ladies in it. So I said they really made their presence. If you saw some of the pictures I posted on some of the Facebook groups, like the old farts or whatever, uh, a lot of those pictures all had women in it.
Wow.
Yeah, all had women in it. So it was a quite impressive turnout. Like I said, the Vegas group up there is very supportive. very supportive. So yeah, they get Tom and Bob get. And I think Tom only mentioned about 7 or 8 people on one thing, but if I counted from the people, because I didn't see the same people at each event. I remember the morning check-in, it was Tom's wife, Roz, and two other gentlemen, older gentlemen that were there when you first checked in. Okay. And then for the mixer that evening, there was another set of people checking everybody in, making sure everybody was checked in and everything. And then at the fly in on Saturday afternoon, there were even more people that were not the other events or whatever, helping people, check in, setting up stuff, all this kind of stuff. So I would say they had about total of anywhere between 15 to 20 volunteers, which is great, which is great. When you can get a bunch of volunteers to work with you, that makes your job so much easier. That means you don't have to be at everything at every moment all the time. Yeah.
Corey got 6 or 7 inches of snow overnight.
Oh. He's up in Canada or just farther north than you?
Northern Michigan, I think, or Northwest, I think.
I was say, because Mutton can't get too farther north than you would be in Canada. Yeah. I had a good time.
Good. Now, is there another one coming up that you're going to go to, or?
No, there's nothing out this way. I mean, I can say Captain Ray has his event in Florida, usually around spring break time frame. And I think a couple of gentlemen put together a one just recently. I think it was in September. They had a New England one up there. Their first annual one.
Well, now, what do they do anything like that for the Florida meetup or no?
I know they've done something like, I think it was, excuse me, Alex Escardo did a photography class, I think last year or the year before down there. So they're moving that direction. But I tell you, Paul, this was almost like a professional type conference. We have the classes at a rec center in classroom settings.
Wow.
So I mean, that was, collaboration between the city of Henderson, Nevada, and Bob and Tom be able to put that together. And so, wasn't nobody just sitting outside, in the elements or whatever, but the weather was nice, but it was just done there. We were fed lunch there. They didn't have to leave the site to go get lunch. They fed us pizza at lunchtime. And just like I said, the next morning, breakfast, you had a menu of about 10 different items you could pick for breakfast. Everything from a breakfast burrito to I ordered steak and eggs for breakfast, and that was free.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. So like I said, all that was free. The pizza was free for lunch. The breakfast was free. At the mixer Friday night, you got a $10 coupon for your first drink. So that would have been free. And then at the fly-in Saturday afternoon, they had food trucks, Mexican food truck, and they had a barbecue food truck, and everybody got a stub for $10 off. So when my wife and I ordered our meals, it should have been about 30, $35. We only paid about $16. We paid $16 because we both had a coupon. So yeah, it's nice. So you definitely didn't have to spend a lot of money unless you really wanted to eat out somewhere. I say Tom and Bob covered all the bases on everything. So now, I cannot.
How far away was it from where you were staying?
For my resort, the main location was only about, let's see, for the classrooms and the main locations were on the same street. right? No more than a quarter, less than a quarter mile from each other. And from my resort, it was about 15 minutes away. You know, because I stayed on South Las Vegas Boulevard. If anybody knows Vegas and knows where the South Point Casino is, my resort is about a quarter mile uh, northeast of that facility, of that casino there. So, yeah, it was very reasonable for me. I think I stayed maybe the farthest away. A lot of folks stayed close by. And I think the only reason they didn't have the hotel, which is in the same plaza that the pub was at, is because they were doing renovations. So that was not offered this year. But most everybody else, when I talked to, they were within about 10 to 15 minutes, like I was, of where everything was at. So that might have been the biggest thing as far as for a lot of people was where they had to stay at and get a rental car.
Uber or whatever, huh?
Yeah, Uber or get a rental car, either way. And that's my thing, Jim. When you have events like this, it really encourages people to get involved. It encourages people to show that this is an evolving industry, and that's why I like the fact when we had the panel at the breakfast Saturday morning. We had people, like I said, we had Wayne Baker there, Greg from Pilot Institute. We had a gentleman, his company's called the dronedoctor.com. They repair and sell drones. And he was talking about how he is still able to get drones. He's been in the industry for about at least a good 10 to 15 years, and he's been working on drones for all that time. So that was interesting on his take of that. He is there to help people who have crashed their drones, or if you're looking to buy a drone. As always, and he admit it may take an extra week or so to get it, but he has a good, as we say, supply chain pipeline that he's able to get anything anybody wants still. You know, and I say it's not costing him any additional cost uh, at this point. So whatever the price is, that's what the price is. It's not anything extra as far as tariffs or anything else. He's
Well,
getting it
it's
pretty
it's
much
probably good for his contacts, right?
right. Yeah, yeah. So like I say, the industry is growing. It's growing, and like I say, even those who just want to fly recreationally, uh, it'll only slow down if we allow it to slow down. And that's why I'm saying that, you know, even with all the government regulations and stuff, and a lot of people have overblown it. And that's why I didn't want to do my end of the month show last call until I went to this drone meetup. And I went on air last night and I told people, I said, I'm tired of all the negative uh, stuff that's been going on because now you got everybody, even people who are not really in the drone community, doing these videos about drone bans. And I'm like, I want to be able to come out with some positive information, which I got a ton of it from being at this event about what's going on with the FCC, FAA, Customs and Borders, and everything else, and got it from the horse's mouth. You know, a lot of these folks are just going by news headlines, you know, and they're always going to do something sensational. Say, oh, drone ban, drone ban. Well, like I said, they had the customer rep for DJI at the breakfast to talk about what's DJI's position. So that's why I say, you know, these are the people you really want to talk to who know, have a little more inside information on what their position is and what's taking place and how it's going to affect their business. So, but it was nice there, Paul. I mean, I saw a couple whole families, fathers with sons, mothers with kids flying drones together. And that's something that doesn't get seen a lot in the drone community on Facebook or on YouTube, where you see families out there flying, you know, and it's even rare to see, husbands and wives out flying together, and saw quite a bit of that over the weekend.
Well, you said there's a lot more women in the drones than there used to be.
Yep. And my wife's got a little bit of the fever. She won one of those soft cases for for a Neo. So guess what I got to buy? So she's like I say, it inspired her. She saw all those women out there, different levels and everything else, and she's like, oh, and like my wife being a math teacher in a STEM program, and the one lady that was on the panel, she talked about the program she has in San Diego, teaching young girls about drones and everything else. And Wayne Baker talked about it, getting young ladies involved, and they don't have to be intimidated, because drones is viewed as a male oriented area, but women are just as capable because it does not require any certain amount of strength, no certain amount of height, all that kind of stuff physically that we think about. The technology is just technology. So if you're good in, like I said, most of our kids today adapt to drones very easily because they've been growing up using controllers
Yep.
all their lives. Just like my grandson took to it real quick with his Neo. I'm sitting here trying to teach him, do a figure eight, do a square, all this kind of beginners flying stuff. I hand him controls, Paul, and he's like, something that took me about a couple of weeks to master, he mastered in less than 5 minutes. Hey, good morning, TJ.
It's a different world today.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like I say, our parents, your parents and my parents thought we were super smart because we could work the remote control to the TV, you know. And it's just the next evolution of what these kids are exposed to. And and so far, I mean, I go over and change the lock on a door at my parents' house, and I hear my mom tell my dad, "Oh, it's so nice. We got a smart son. He can change the locks on the door." I'm like, "It ain't that hard." But my dad was thinking I was going to have to call a locksmith. I said, "No, I'm just changing the whole basic throw bolt, deadbolt lock, and the regular door handle, and got the smart one that gives you a little key so you can match it to the existing lock on the main door." Well, Jim, on that note, those who were not drone pilots were either wives of, like mine, and people who may have friends there. But everybody else, I would say for the majority of people there, I would say 90%, maybe 95% of people that were there were involved in drones or knew about drones itself. The level of involvement may vary, but I said most people there were quite a bit. I can show you the pictures. Let me see if I got a picture around here. I'm sure I do. Let me bring it up. Let me see here. Okay, this is the group picture here. Let me bring that up. Can you guys see that, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna blow
Oh,
up a
there's
little
a
bit.
bunch.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow up a little bigger so everybody can see it. So that's the whole group picture right there. And that's not even everybody. There's a little people on the edges that didn't get into the frame, but that's the majority of the group. This is at towards the end of the day. So we've had people that had came and gone and all that kind of stuff. And then let me see what the next picture. This is a picture of the women.
Oh boy.
So you can see that, we had a good turnout of women there. Like I said, this is towards the end of the day.
Wow.
So some people have already left.
Come and gone. Yep.
Yeah, come and gone. So this is it. And like I say, you see a couple ladies there with the goggles, lady there with the goggles on. They're flying FPVs,
Yeah.
you know, and everything. And then like the two of the ladies that were there, uh, they're not even in the picture. From Henderson PD, two women. They're on the drone team of their local PD.
Well, I think aren't the two ladies on the bottom of the picture next to the pink? You got
Yeah,
one up
that's
close, one back. It looks like they got headsets on. Or
yeah. This lady here, she's
yeah.
with Las Vegas PD, and then the lady in the background here, Amy, she's been FPVing for about 5 years.
Well, what the lady that's behind the first one you pointed out, she
Uh
looks
huh.
like with sunglasses on. Is she got a headset on too?
No, that's a flip she has.
Okay.
That was the flip, and then the lady right here in the pink right here, she's the one that does the girls program down in San Diego
Okay.
and stuff. But like I said, I mean, over here you see the mom and daughter
Yeah.
over here, and another girl. I stretched the picture out. Another little girl here, with her mom.
The one on the right hand side, the older one, she looks like she's a grandma.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
just below that,
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're like I said, they're the wives of old guys like us and stuff. So they're like I said, there were whole families there, parents with children, everything else. And like I said, majority of these ladies in this picture are all pilots. And out of that, a lot of them are Part 107 pilots.
All right.
So there is a lot going on, and like I say, they just needed a spot to kind of show, you know, to kind of show up at. 'Cause like I said, sometimes people get in places and they get a little intimidated. Like I said, the guys club type mentality that we can have,
The boys
and
club. Yep.
yeah, the good old boys club, and these guys have done a great thing is getting out the word,
Well,
getting out the
what they
word.
do, what they're doing is they're highlighting what really most people on the street don't know.
Right. Yes. And that's why I tell people that we need to be better ambassadors of our industry because, I say anything negative happen gets front page news.
Yeah, because on a regular basis, when I'm down flying ships, and people are walking up and down, and they'll say, "Can you do that? Can I do that?" I said, "Yeah, you just got to get involved."
Yeah. Yeah.
They
That's
think
all it
that
is.
there's some kind of special secret to the whole thing.
Right. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Just people need to get involved and learn properly how to fly a drone.
Practice, practice, practice. Yep.
Yeah. I can tell people practicing flying a drone, but also understanding the responsibilities of flying that drone.
Yep. Well, what you have to develop as an old person, I had to develop the muscle memory.
Uh-huh.
These young kids today that are using the controllers and flying, they've already got muscle memory.
Yeah, like I said, they have grown up in it. They have grown up in it. Yes, TJ Michael Wright was there. I sat next to him during the mapping class. We were in the mapping class together. So yeah, that was a good event. I don't know if you guys know who Jay Santiago's full name is Julio.
Julio.
Last yeah, Julio last year won the grand prize of the Mavic 3S. Okay. Julio comes back this year, wins a accessory pack for the Mavic 3S and a case. I say, if you don't call that rig, what can you call it? And that wasn't even the grand prize. The grand prize was a Mini 5 Pro was a grand prize. But I said, how does somebody who wins, a
2
3S a
years in a
year,
row. Yep.
yeah, 2 years in a row, and it goes towards the same drone.
Yep.
I was like, you can't beat that with a stick, man. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, Greg was there from Pod Institute, TJ. Yeah, he taught the business class, and he was there. If you see, go on to Old Farts where I posted most of my pictures there. You'll see him, and Yeah, I got my bobblehead. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody took a picture of me and Greg with my bobblehead.
TJ, you going to come on and talk to us or what? Diego says, show your bobblehead to everybody.
Okay, let me go track it down. We still got stuff packed up from yesterday. We left about 8:30, yeah, about 8:30 yesterday morning, got home around noon, and you know how it is. You just kind of throw everything and just walk around the house after that.
Yeah, exactly.
it,
You're home.
it, yeah, you're home and it takes us a week to unpack. Let me see if I can go find it. Hang on.
TJ, you coming on or what? Even if you just come on for a little while, it'd be appreciated by a lot of people. A lot of people that one of the questions I always get when I do a live stream and you're not here, where's Giggles?
Okay. All this for TJ. You can't say I don't like it, TJ. And here's my bobblehead.
Yeah.
And he even has the Potty Institute logo on the shirt.
Well, you know, if you take and touched up the hair on the face, it'd be almost look like TJ.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Russ says he wants one because he needs something for target practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I guess my wife was asking me, I mean, they had tons of stuff to give away, Paul. I mean, there are people who had multiple gifts given to them. And DGI even sent some, I guess they call them employee custom gifts that you can only get in Japan, China, where it consisted of a calligraphy set, a Lego model of a Phantom 4, and something else inside, something you can't buy, and it's not even available if you try to, if you work for sale in the States. And so they gave away about five of those. Gave away at least about I would say close to a dozen DGI T-shirts, backpacks, all that kind of stuff. So it was very hard for you not to walk away with something.
Well, something, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because my wife, I think my wife won. She got the soft case and she got a water bottle from Pilot Institute.
Well, it sounds to me like you're going to go to the next one because your wife is going to be more involved.
Yeah, well, I mean, for her, you know, it's right at that time of year to where she's so frustrated with her students, she needs to get away. So
Yeah.
that's the motivation for her initially, but this may
Well,
give
not
her
only that, she's
additional.
motivated the fact that there's other women involved.
Yes, yes, because she was looking for Marcus Crawford's wife. She's worked in education, so she was kind of looking around for her, but they didn't make it this year and stuff. TJ's trying to get in.
Here comes TJ.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of us know each other from morning. A lot of us know each other from this being online, and we don't really know each other's backgrounds or experiences where we may have other common things of interest until you actually sit down and talk with somebody. So you find out, oh yeah, that person's done this before, done that before. A lot of us know Marcus Crawford, because of drones. But Marcus, like he said, he teases us about him being a milkman. He worked in the milk industry for most of his life and everything. But Marcus has a variety of interests. We've seen him post pictures of his Corvette, and he's into Corvettes and racing Corvettes and everything else. So it is something to meet somebody and sit down and actually talk to them, and and share a true life experience with one another.
So who all was there that I know and you know? You said Greg was there. Michael was there. Did Genesee and Barkley were they there?
No. I think like I say, Jay Santiago probably traveled the farthest, as far as I know, from New York. Michael came up from Texas. We didn't have the I would say the amount of celebrities we had last year. Last year we had Ken Herron there.
Yeah.
Ken Dona was there last year. What's his name from Pennsylvania?
Billy.
Yeah, Billy was there last year. This year, lot fewer celebrities, as I would put it, and it was more just everyday people.
None of the guys from overseas came over, did they?
No, nobody from overseas that I was aware of came over, so to speak of. But yeah, it was just like I say. I view this as the West Coast version of the Florida meetup. I can say I don't know when I'll ever get the opportunity to go down to Florida. It's just I'm cheap at heart, TJ.
Right.
I
understand. Like, times get tough, man, and like you got to save every penny you can. I know it's like tough for like a lot of people to come to the meetups and stuff. Like I really wanted to come, but it's kind of plane tickets are expensive sometimes.
Yes.
It just gets hard for people, and it's not in their budget. So it just
like I say, it's not I can say feasible fiscally to make trips like that. Now with the delays of traveling on airplanes right now, I think Mike O'Reilly was saying that Ron Brown was trying to come, but at the last minute he just changed his mind because of all the delays for his air traffic. Which I understand.
Exactly.
And like I said, for me being cheap, my thing is, if I was going and I was going to spend a whole week and I'm going to Disney World and the meetups in the same week, okay, I would show up.
Yeah.
But for me to fly all the way to Florida for a day and a half, 2-day event, that's over $1,000 just in airfare alone.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I remember a lot of guys came out last year, like Brad, who's from Virginia. He had family out here, so he visited, his sister. I think it was that lived out here. So he visited his sister and everything else, and so he had a double reason to come. So that's what I'm saying. If I had more than just the Florida meetup, I would probably say, okay, I'm gonna go this year and make it whatever else I'm gonna do. Go to Busch Gardens or, like I say, Disney World, all this kind of stuff. And I'm gonna go to the Florida Drone meetup. Then I can say, okay, now I'm making this big trip because I'm gonna do several things.
Right, and obviously Bob and his wife were there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey Jim. Hey Brenda. Hi,
David.
I think Marcus's sister lived in Las Vegas.
Marcus has family in Vegas, but I get it. Marcus just came back from Spain.
Yeah, he did.
I now have to ask the question. Where do you live, Dre?
Pack it in, David.
No, where do you live?
I live in Southern California. I'm about
Southern California, and it's over $1,000 to get to Florida.
Back and
the other
forth
side of the country.
if you're flying.
Yeah, it's over $1,000. When I flew to Georgia, my plane ticket was $1,400 when I flew to Georgia.
Dang.
And we can go from London to America for 549 quid.
Yeah, but don't forget, Dre only flies business class.
Yeah, right. I tell you what, Mark. After my last trip in January, when I went to Georgia, I'm thinking about flying first class only, man. I mean, the airlines are just getting ridiculous. I mean, I'm talking
Did
about
you?
the seat. I'm not a real big
TJ.
guy, but the seats are getting just like child
Well,
sizes.
yeah.
Yeah. And
You know,
DJ, just so you're
Yeah.
aware of what it is, right? You have business class, you have first class, then you have standard class, and then you have exact same features in the hold. That's where you are.
Oh yeah.
I said the
That's
luggage.
business class in the hold.
I think ever since I've been in a plane, I think I've only been in first class one time. And I forgot what airline it was that I was flying where I was in first class. I
Well, they
forgot.
upgraded you to first class
Yeah, that's what it was.
because he didn't
But
have
the
a
majority
seat
of the time
in the back, so
I'm
they stuck
in,
him in the front.
yeah, majority
Well,
of the time I'm in coach. So
well,
Dre, did you say that Marcus used to be a milkman at one point?
well, he always teased everybody that he was a milkman. Marcus worked in the milk industry, but he wasn't the guy driving around the truck. I don't think too much, dropping off little bottles of milk at everybody's house.
No.
But
I
like
wouldn't
I-
get my milk delivered in America. I've seen how you get your newspapers delivered. So your
Yeah.
milk, exactly saying, just going past and launching at your door.
Mhm.
Well, David, they don't do that anymore like they used to back in the day. Like, because when I was younger, growing up, they would always toss the paper out into the driveway. I'd always go get it. But now you just walk into a store and go get your newspaper.
Mhm.
Well,
So
yeah, we have that over here as well, staff deliveries, but over here we're a bit more civilized. We actually come and we post the paper through the letterbox and then it stays dry and stuff. No dog comes and nicks it, and your neighbour doesn't come and porch pirate it.
Yeah.
It's in your letterbox. And then once a year you open the front door and you say to the little shit that's delivered your newspapers, here's a little Christmas tip. He returns back later and he's bought a box of fireworks and puts one through your letterbox.
I've been watching a bunch of videos of people pranking porch pirates with them exploding packages and stuff.
I've seen
man.
those. I've seen those.
Those are
That's
hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
I saw one where the guy was banging on the people's door after the box exploded. Talking about he's gonna call the HOA. I'm like, dude.
I saw that one.
You're covered in
I
paint.
saw it this morning. It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
You're covered
She was
in
on
paint.
my face. She was
Yeah.
on my face.
Yeah. He's talking about this doesn't come out of my car. I'm gonna sue you. I said, dude, you were stealing. You were
Yeah.
stealing stuff, and you're gonna go complain. I was like, get out of
Right.
here. Hey, this is that company I was telling you guys about. Let me see if I can. There we go.
Oh, Spexy?
Yeah, Spexy, and you see right there. That's the list of drones that they want you to fly.
And they'll pay you to fly.
They pay you to
wow.
fly, and I think they have a
Okay.
program that if you don't have a drone, they'll help you finance the drone. So you can get a
I don't
hold of
know.
them.
I would hate to do I would hate to do that, like finance a drone, because you keep making payments and shit. And
Well,
I mean, I know eventually after you finish making the payments,
what does a Mini 2 cost these days?
Mini 2, what I have now, probably maybe like $600.
$600. I think you can swing. If you didn't have one, I think you could swing. If they pay you, you do a little hustle work, you'll pay that thing off probably in about 6-7 months to a year, easy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like you're trying to finance a Matrice 350 or 400 that costs you about with an outfitted payload. Well, it may take you longer than a car payment to pay off.
TJ, I need you to look away because this is going to kill you. Right? But everyone else, this is just a normal, quiet day on a UK residential road with a building site on it. Look how quiet it is. Oh, so quiet. Right, well, ignore the guy that's coming. No, ignore the guy coming off the off the building site there that's probably just stolen something. Walking past the workers. Well, ignore that bit.
Looked like they were in jumpsuits.
Now they're in high vis, but look how quiet it is. Oh, the people. Until
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh my God.
didn't see that yellow pole.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, it's Dre.
Dre.
Wait, which
Dre
wait,
don't move that
which-
fast anymore.
which way was he coming from, the left or the right?
what was that?
Was he coming from the left or the right?
No, it's coming from straight.
There's
Oh, he was
What you-
going
no.
straight.
right. Watch again, TJ.
Yeah.
You got this
Yeah,
little.
let me see.
Yeah. You got the workmen here. You got the thieving little shit here, and it's all so quiet in these houses.
Yeah, and then you have the group of guys coming.
That bike comes down the path.
Yeah,
there.
the bike path right between the buildings.
Oh, right. Oh, right where that.
where they're
I
walking
think-
by now.
Oh, okay.
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 TJ. Are you
Laura.
okay, TJ?
Yes, I am, Laura. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
That's good.
And he's hauling. He's hauling
Oh my
too.
God! How do
Yeah.
you not see that fucking gate right? How do you not see that gate right there?
He was on his cell phone.
Oh, is that what it was? I didn't see that part either. I didn't see the cell phone.
Where are you picking my camera?
But
Boring.
still, even though you're on a cell phone, how do you not see? Like you're talking to somebody, like, oh shit, there's a pole right there.
Boring it.
That's crazy.
He's probably video calling.
Yeah, plus
probably.
he was humping along pretty good too.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell me where you can get some decent gates from. Boom.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Well, he saw that it says you're welcome to our gated community. You know.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, but you don't realise that guy's just walked off the building site, right past the workers going into work. No one bats an eyelid. And then out of nowhere, this guy comes on a push bike.
They should have painted that damn thing orange, like a fucking bright color, so you would see it
It's
better, at least.
It's fucking yellow. How bright do you want it?
I mean,
Well,
TJ, what colour's the sun?
It should have
Well,
revolving lights on it. You know.
yeah, revolving lights too. Yeah.
It's daylight. It's yellow. Right? It couldn't be any more. Hello.
Well, and I'm sure that's not the only gate on that bike path.
Man, that's crazy.
That sounds like something
If
you
you-
do, TJ.
If you
No,
actually
I just
look,
pay attention to things like that, Paul.
Well, yeah. Well, you know the thing
Plus,
about it
you know, I don't.
is
run-
in your past when you fell out of that tree.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I'm sure there's people says, "How the hell did he fall out of the tree?"
Well,
also,
the line
if you
the
TJ?
line just snapped off.
but TJ, if you actually look, he does cycle towards the right, where the actual gap in the gate and the fence is there for push bikes. That gate
Oh,
is to
so
stop
there
cars.
there is a caution. There is a caution sign there.
No, not caution sign. There's a gap for push bikes, which he should, which is what he was aiming for. He completely misjudged it because he was on his phone.
No.
So, TJ,
Wow.
you off work today?
I go in later this afternoon at 3. I'm not off till
Ah.
Friday.
So you close?
Yeah.
What, you
Yesterday I opened.
Friday off?
So.
How do you wangle that, TJ, getting 2 Fridays in a row off?
He does the rotor.
Yeah, it's just I guess it's just the way my boss does the schedule or whatever. I don't know.
Well, the boss probably works Fridays, and she wasn't inviting him to be there.
No,
When I work-
she only works like she only works Monday through Friday. Like Saturdays she's not there, Sundays she's not there.
Ah, see.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get to the top, you know.
Yeah.
See,
You got
Now,
you got to take the place of like the bigger management.
yeah, when I was at the Vineyard and the head chef used to do the rota, it was guaranteed everybody would be working a Saturday at some point. And then he put me in charge of the rota. And it was just convenient that my shifts always fell later in the evening after football.
Yeah.
And it's just so inconvenient that the Blackpool fan had to work a Saturday at 3:00. I don't care. He's working.
Oh, fuck, I forgot your onions. I'm not going back anymore.
It's called privilege.
So where's your what I call him nowadays, your adopted son, Paul? Didn't he have the day off?
Who?
No,
Just-
Justin?
Justin.
No, he
Working
had
today.
bus today, but tomorrow he's off for Veterans Day.
Oh, so they switched it back.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
decided that as a federal holiday, they couldn't
Mhm.
change.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have been pissed off if I was a parent anyway, because the parents will all get tomorrow off and they put the kids off today. That'd be really
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah,
What?
big inconvenience.
Veterans
You know
Day is when?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. What I don't get is why you actually get a day off for Veterans Day.
That's how we roll it.
Because that's the day we thank our soldiers
We
like
just-
Greg. And, I don't
No,
know.
no, no.
Mark, were you?
We
Yeah,
do
but-
that as well. 11:00, we'll have a 2-minute silence. We'll have the
They-
Cenotaph parades. We've already had Remembrance Sunday just gone. The closest Sunday to. That's our day to commemorate Armistice Day, the Remembrance Sunday. But Armistice Day is actually tomorrow, but we don't get a day off.
Yeah, but their Veterans Day is nothing to do with Armistice Day.
Well, originally, Mark, it was called Armistice Day until
But that's only for
I think
Yeah.
after World War II, they changed it to Veterans Day. So around the 50s or 60s, they changed it to Veterans Day.
Yeah, the
But
problem is
originally
with
it was
America, they've
Armistice
been in
Day.
so
was
many
the original
wars.
title of it.
Yeah, you see, we have it because of World War One and World War Two. Yeah,
Yeah.
but America's been in so many
I'm-
wars. They just lost track of which war is which, so they're just like, fuck it, we'll just have a Veterans Day.
the
That's very true.
Armistice Day is just World War One.
Yeah, well, that's why I said that's where it was originally Armistice Day here, and I think it was not until the either after Korean War or might have been during the
We don't have every
Vietnam
day
War,
off.
they changed it to Veterans Day.
Who's this East Coast dude in the chat here telling me I have every day off? I live with Laura. I never have a day off.
Well, you can't argue. You can't argue with that logic.
Oh, man. Very about them.
She just
I'm
shouts
good,
in the other room. I don't
Well,
know
ever
what-
since you got married, does she still make you stand attention at the kitchen table?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
We don't have a kitchen table.
Yeah, the goods have already eaten.
I'm sitting here reading back in the chat. Justin's like, because we were talking about Marcus, being a milkman or whatever, and he was like, that's what TJ's porn name was, the milkman. He was just worried if someone was infringing on his name.
Well, he wasn't exactly a milkman. He was the transport manager, wasn't he?
He's something like that. He was up there. He always jokes. Oh, I was just a milkman. I'm like, yeah, right. Not with your retirement plan.
It's all good, East Coast. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We all like to have a laugh. Now, if you want to know somebody who has every day off, Paul, Mark, Dre,
Yes.
yeah, you have every day off. Don't you?
Yeah,
No,
he
he
does.
doesn't.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
me? I tried.
He's got an office he goes to.
Yeah, he has an office, but he only sits there playing solitaire all day.
Yeah, like I said, I try my best, David. They just keep ringing my number. Matter of fact, I didn't even have a phone that worked because I moved again until right before I left to go to Vegas. I ain't had no phone for a week and a half, and I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, and
Every time you try to dial my extension, it just goes straight to voicemail.
and nobody could find him because they moved his office and didn't tell
Yeah.
anyone.
That was it. That was it. They say they moved you down here. I said, "Yep, I'm down here in the basement with the repair guys now." So I said, "I don't mind. Don't mind a bit. Matter of fact, next move, I'll just move home and I'll work from the house."
There's only one person you have to tell when you move offices, and that's the woman that brings the sandwiches and the tea round.
Huh, I've never worked in an office where they bring around sandwiches and tea to everybody. That's a British thing.
That sure would be nice if that happened. Actually, I'd be like, sure, I'll
I
take
have the closest. I have the closest thing because when I was upstairs working with these two ladies, one of them loves to bake. So at least once or twice a month, she was baking cookies or cinnamon rolls or something all the time. So I was as close as I got to that type of lifestyle.
Now, when I worked at Benefit Fraud, there was no tea and sandwiches coming round. Oh no, we could just go and get tea whenever we wanted. However, the lady with the trolley used to come round with cakes, crisps, the odd little bottle of vodka.
Well, we actually had our office block tuck shop in our office because we ran it.
Yeah.
I used to go to the cash and carry and get all the stuff, and we'd stock up with crisps and chocolate bars and drinks and everything, so that anybody that wanted them could come and pay for them and go. But yeah, we could go and brew up whenever we wanted.
Yeah. Well, upstairs, we were full blown kitchen.
Back in the 80s, we used to have one of the canteen staff used to come round with a trolley with sandwiches and toast kind of thing. But
yeah, we got a full blown kitchen upstairs. Fancy. I mean, we talking about microwave, toaster oven, a refrigerator. I don't know where they got it from, but it has full water, ice, everything. I'm like, it's better than some people got at home.
Yeah.
When I worked for Benefit Fraud as well, it was guaranteed every day I would just ring up the chippy across the road and say, my break's in 10 minutes. Mine's my usual. Put the phone down, and then 10 minutes later, the chippy worker will be at my desk and go, there you go. That'll be £7, please. Sorted. Butter pie, chips, and curry every day.
How's that, Jim? What's Captain? His name, Captain Drone.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking about that. I think his name, but I think his name is Steve though.
Yeah, his real name is Steve, but he goes by Captain Drone.
Yeah.
Never seen a drone he didn't like.
East
I
Coast.
like that. What's that thing he's got? It's a case that hangs on the wall. It's got like all those drones like just stuck in there.
It's a display.
Yeah.
TV. But
Yeah.
East Coast, yes, they do feed you at your desk over here. I mean, my desk when I worked for Benefit Fraud was great for filing. You'd open the filing cabinet, it'd just be full of crisps, chocolate, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, just literally jam-packed full. And then all the filing would be on my desk. That way, I knew all the filing had been done by the end of the week, and I didn't have to sit there and go through it all. Priorities. And when I got sacked from there, that was quite funny because they came with the 2 boxes that the standard boxes to give you to clear your desk of all your stationery stuff.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and I went, I'm going to need a bigger box than that.
Yeah.
So Paul, last night Jim calls this restaurant in West Palm Beach and sets up a reservation for us for us last night, and it was like it was actually an Italian restaurant, and it was in downtown West Palm, and me and the wife went out last night, and the food there was pretty good. I got some we each got a glass of wine and I got some tortellini. She got some kind of like a spaghetti with chicken or whatever. It was pretty good. I thought he was gonna pay for it too.
Wishful thinking.
Who invited who out to dinner, or was it just meet me there?
No, like the both of us went. Like he set up the reservation.
No, but this is why I'm saying this is how people get confused with situation. If the person says, "Let me take you," okay, that person is just kind of like obligated himself to pay for the meal. If the person says, "Let's meet," that's Dutch. That means everybody pays for themselves. They tell you, "Let's meet here." That's you do your own thing. It's Dutch. That's the little the subtleties of communication when people, I have a cousin, the one in Georgia, and my other cousin in DC, and there's a running joke in the family, and he says, "Well, so and so tells you that they're gonna take you to whatever place they're gonna take you to eat. Don't think he's paying." It's always Dutch with him, no matter what. Let me take you to this smorgasbord. Let me take you to this restaurant, and he ain't paying for nobody.
That's funny.
Yeah. Now I always tell folks, I said, that's kind of like that social etiquette. If I invite you out to eat, I have just obligated myself to pay for the meal unless you insist on paying for your share. But that's kind of like the social contract. If I tell you, "Hey, meet me at Applebee's," guess what? We meet at Applebee's. You paying for your garbage, and I'll pay for my garbage.
Yeah.
Doesn't say much for Applebee's food, does it? If you're paying for garbage.
Yeah, it's about the same level. What goes in will eventually come out.
Yeah. Breaking news: there's been a massive explosion in India, in Delhi.
Okay.
Near
All
the
the
metro
calls
station.
out then. No customer service for anybody.
Several reported killed.
Yeah. Well, I got to pop off, gentlemen. Got to get ready to go do
Dre.
this job.
Hey, thanks for being
Dre.
here.
Not a problem, Paul.
Catch you later, right?
Yeah, have a great day, Dre.
You too.
And then there was 4.
And there was 4.
Like I said, that's what it
No,
is.
no. There's still 5 here. I've got a split personality, remember?
Oh yeah, Laura's there.
Yeah. A split personality.
Yep. He had to go off the tea lady drive.
Are you calling his wife a tea lady because he's at home?
Is he? I thought he was at work.
No, he's at home. I'm waiting for the postie to arrive because I know exactly what he's going to say. Are you taking the fucking piss?
Well, I would leave one in there. I wouldn't take it out. I would just leave it there and then flush it.
No, the postie has got my parcel. Now, when I purchased the white vinegar online, it just said 4 times 250 milliliters of white vinegar. But the guy said, after I purchased it, he said, "We don't have the 250 milliliter bottles." he said, I only have a 5 litre bottle. So I said, well, if you want to give me that instead, I'm happy with that. And he said, okay. And then he told me that there's 4 5 litre bottles coming in the one parcel. That's going to be pretty heavy.
It is. That's like £40 in weight. A
He
gallon
says it's out for delivery. I'm looking for a postal van that's up on its back wheels.
Well, a gallon of water weighs £10. Or our gallon of water weighs £10.
Yeah.
So that's at least £40 worth of weight.
What, 20 litres?
Yeah. Well, 5 litres is just over a gallon.
Yeah. So, and it's 40% pure white vinegar, industrial. Now, if that doesn't get rid of them weeds, nothing will. I like how he sent me a little thing. He says, don't forget to dilute it and spray it onto the weeds. You don't need a lot.
You know, it's crazy. There's like, it's crazy how like you spray like shit on the weeds, but then they keep coming back. But there's like, I've seen so many videos where people, there's a thing where it's like a torch that you blow on the, like a blowtorch that you blow on the weeds, and they never come back ever after that. But like
a blowtorch.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's a good idea, because the weeds are right next to the gas pipe. So let's get the blowtorch out.
Well, I mean, it just depends on where the weeds grow, actually, because if they grow away from the gas pipe or whatever, like I've got weeds like on the
TJ, they're right next to the gas pipe, right? That's why I'm using white vinegar. A blowtorch will be a very good idea, because the weeds will be gone and so will the flat.
Oh yeah.
It'd be like that. Where the fuck's everything gone? Laura will be sat there on a chair with no eyebrows. What you fucking done? TJ said use a blowtorch. So if you get a knock on the door later, TJ, and the police say, "You're giving bad advice," you have to accept that you told me to use a blowtorch.
A lot of councils use them like that. Blowtorches. Slightly bigger than a blowtorch, like, because it's about 3 foot long, so you don't have to bend down. But yeah. You got to make sure you kill the roots. That's how they kill.
What's he eating, sir? What's he eating? Honey, you want a piece? Started look round, saw Paul was eating, and leant straight into the screen to look at what Paul's eating. Look, look. Look, M&M's.
Oh, he must have 3D printed those. Like Johnny does, he 3D prints candy and puts them in his mouth.
Yes, you can actually get a chocolate or a candy 3D printer.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting one.
The blue M&M 3D printed.
No. I'm gonna get the candy, the sugar candy one.
The sugar candy one.
That'd be no good to me. The filament would never make it to the printer.
Yeah, but just think of the fun you could be having. You know, like
sitting there eating the filament like Twizzlers.
No, you print out 3D prints. You know, like a rude Santa Claus and stuff like that. Start selling them on the market. Yeah, I know you're supposed to add salt to it, but this is quite strong vinegar. To be honest, it's one level away from needing to get a license to buy it. Although I might have to explain to the council. Well, I don't know why the wall disintegrated. The guy just said tip the four bottles onto the ground and the weeds will go. Didn't know the wall will go with it.
Yeah, it does have a nice effect on concrete.
Was it destroy it?
Yeah.
Dukes. Yeah, I don't know where that wall went.
It attacks the line in the cement.
Well, then the council should have come out and cleared it themselves, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I must admit, I've never heard of anybody using vinegar to kill weeds before.
What, white vinegar? Yeah, white vinegar is
that either, but I don't know, Liv. It looks like it could work, I guess. Vinegar and salt.
Right. Have you ever bought weed oil?
No, but we have things like we have well, not insecticides, but like weed killers and shit. Like
they're made of white vinegar with salt and a few extra ingredients.
Yeah.
But normally it's only 10 or 15% white vinegar. I'm going full in 40%. Yes.
Now, is that 40% of white vinegar or 40% of acetic acid?
40% of acetic acid.
Yeah, right.
Because that's the max you're allowed to buy without a license. Yeah, because I got a warning when I tried to put 100% in. And it went, we need to know why you would like to purchase this. And I put for weed killer.
Yeah, weed killer.
Yeah, to add to what was it? Weed killer and fertilizer.
Yeah. Now that you could do some damage with.
Well, that was what blew up the Arndale Centre in Manchester. A van full of weed fertilizer.
Yeah. We're doing that next week.
It created, was it potassium phosphate?
Yeah.
Or somewhat like that.
Yeah, but we won't go down that route on Paul's show because that's not what we're doing here. We're just getting rid of a few weeds that are growing under the building.
Yeah, no, we always used to use Roundup at work.
Yeah, Roundup's got white vinegar in it as well.
Yeah, right.
Well, like I said, normally it's only 10-15%.
I mean, I've just bought a gallon of weed killer. And the foggiest idea what make it is.
It does say you've got to use industrial gloves and goggles.
Yeah.
And use clothes that you don't want anymore.
I would, if I were you, wear a breathing mask as well.
No, don't worry about it. It's outside.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Don't worry about me. Worry about everybody else around me.
When you're spraying it, it'll atomize.
I might add a bit of bleach as well.
Hmm?
Add a bit of bleach as well. I don't know why there's a giant crater in the floor. Stood there with a empty bottle of vinegar. I told Laura as well, I went, make sure you don't put this on your chips.
Put that on your what?
Your
You don't
chip.
put white. You don't
Oh,
put
I thought you
white
said
vinegar on-
TITS.
No.
You don't put white vinegar on chips. That
I
has
know
to
you
be-
don't.
But you do pickle onions in white vinegar.
Not this white vinegar, you don't. It'll fucking wipe out your insides.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff that I was trying to think of. Roundup. Roundup is what people buy to kill their weeds with.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, TJ. I'm rounding up everything. Anything in the area is going.
Round them up. Round them up.
If this rain keeps going and when I put it down, then it might just flow into other people's gardens. I know you had some nice rose bushes, but you don't anymore.
Oh yeah, because they get that. Because I always see the commercial for if you were diagnosed with whatever they're talking about Camp Lejeune or whatever. Camp Lejeune.
I
or
really
whatever.
hate it when you get diagnosed with whatever.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's pretty crazy, right?
Because when you're diagnosed with whatever, that's when your doctor, your doctor's fed up with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Doctor, what is it? What have I got? Whatever. Go away.
You got whatever. Go away. We don't want to see it. Whatever is very highly contagious.
I got a random phone call this morning.
I don't have anything for you to take for whatever.
Yeah, I got a random phone call this morning from mental health. They was like, "Hi, it's Steph." And I went, "Okay, hello." I went, "I'm guessing you're Steph from mental health." She went, "Yeah." She went, "How you feeling?" I went, "Well, you've woke me up. No, I'm tired." she went, "And what can I do for you?" I'm like, "You fucking rung me. I was asleep."
Yeah.
Stupid woman. What can I do for you? Fucking let me sleep, you bastard.
That gets me when the doctor says you have to make an appointment to see the doctor. And you go and he says, "What can I do for you?" I said, "How the hell do I know? You were the one that wanted the appointment."
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I have to go and see my GP about being tired all the time.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's called being married.
No, it's not. I know what it is.
Do you really feel tired all the time, David?
Yeah.
Could be
That's
sugar
crazy.
level.
My chest is absolutely burning.
Damn.
I can feel everything burning inside. So,
Reflux.
what's that?
Reflux.
No, it's not none of that. It all came about from Blackpool. I've got the lurgy from Blackpool.
Yeah.
Knew I shouldn't have gone there. Shit all it is. Now, I've got other issues going on that are not for there.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the camera up the arse.
Oh man, that's the worst thing when they shove the camera up there. It's like, oh my god.
I've not had one yet.
Well, they booked me in for one at the local community place, and I was like, "Community?" She went, "No, the community ain't there. It's a private room." I'm like, "Oh, all right then." But they wanted it on my wedding day, and I was like, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
So now I'm just waiting for them to get back to me and say, it's weird though, because the GP said, "You need to have this done within 2 weeks under the government's cancer guidelines." Well, that was 5 weeks ago.
Mm.
And they wouldn't do it in the community place because I have seizures.
Yeah.
And they're not. Yeah. Hey, JDS.
Hey, JDS.
So what kind of cancer do you have, David?
I don't know if I have cancer. They're looking at it. My vinegar's here. Be right back. All the birds in.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. I'll catch you guys later.
I'm going to close it down.
All right. Y'all have a good day. See y'all later on.
At least wait till David get back from the pool.
Do what?
I said at least wait until David gets back from answering the door.
Was somebody at David's door?
Bye, TJ.
Yeah, parcels arrived.
Come on, TJ, shut up.
That's funny.
Well, he didn't have a good look on his face. I went, sorry, it's a bit heavy. He went, it is a bit fucking heavy, isn't it?
And is it 4-gallon ones instead of 4?
Yeah. Lively the battle.
Did they charge you for 4?
Oh, he charged me for the 250 litre.
250 mil.
All right. Well, on that note, I'm out. Peace. Y'all have a good day. Adios.
Okay,
Highly corrosive. Keep away from naked flame. What do you think I'm going to do with it?
Well, I didn't know that vinegar burned.
I think you just have to put all this shit on for.
Mind you, I guess if you put it in too near to a naked flame, it will melt the plastic bottle, and then you're in. Yeah.
Tell you what, that's a heavy duty plastic bottle, it's in.
Okay, everybody. We'll see all of you again later today.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
All right, Paul.